Yes, it's that time again. It's time to switch on your creative brain box, forget everything else, and get stuck into all this lot. Fancy a dip? You will when you see this art attack. And a great technique for drawing birds, using eggs. And how a pile of junk can be turned into something truly incredible. Hey, have you ever seen in the movies when they use special effects to get a ghost to walk through a wall? Good effect, isn't it? All done with thousands of pounds worth of TV technology. Well, it's given me a great idea for an art attack. Here's the wall, and here is the ghost. Ooh, ooh. Good, isn't it? Simple to make in 4 easy parts. A 4-part attack. First, make the ghost. Now take an A4 sheet of grey paper and cut it in half lengthways. Then divide your strip into 3 equal sections, and then in this middle section, draw your ghost. Now just make him a floaty sheet type of ghost with 2 spooky eyes. And when you're happy with him, just paint him. Any type of paint is good for this, and obviously white is a good ghost colour. So once you've finished painting the ghost and it's dry, you can go round him again with the pen to make him stand out. And if you haven't got any grey paper, you could always paint the background grey at this stage. Now he needs a wall to walk through. For the wall, take an A4 piece of cardboard box card, find the middle and draw a line. Then, using your paper strip as a guide, the idea is to draw a slot that's slightly wider than your paper strip. So make 2 marks like that and then draw in the slot. And then cut it out. Whenever you need to cut something out of the middle of your artwork, just make a hole with a sharp pencil through it into some modelling clay. This way you can get your scissors in easy and make the cutting out a lot easier. When you've finished cutting out the slot, you could also add some battlements along the top of the wall and cut those out too. So, you've got your ghost and you've got your wall, but how do you make the ghost go through the wall? Well, here's the clever bit. Cut 2 strips of cereal box card that are about 15 centimetres long and fold them at the ends. Then put some glue on just up to the folds and stick the strips together, leaving these flaps free. See that? Next, fold the strip with your ghost on, fold it in half with the ghost on the inside, and slot where the paper folds in between the 2 flaps of your cereal box card, and tape them into position. Do it carefully on both sides. Then push the cereal box strips through the slot in your wall and keep going until the ghost is completely through the wall. And once it's through, lay it flat and glue the outside edge of each strip onto either side of the wall. See that? Back it goes. And again, the outside edge of the strip. And back it goes. And stick them both down firmly. And you know what? It works really well. Watch this. Ooh. See that around the back? So now you need to design the front of the wall to make the illusion complete. Design a brick wall that covers where you've stuck the paper strip to make everything blend in. You could do a window. You could even do some spooky ivy creeping up the wall like this. And when you're happy, paint it a nice stony grey colour. And when you finish painting it and it's dry, it'll look like this. Great, isn't it? And there are all sorts of do-it-yourself walk-through walls you can do. How about this one? That's a ghostly knight, or even a headless horseman. was the noise of a horse. So let's face it, who needs these expensive special effects? Try it yourself. Walk through walls. Look at this lot. You'd think I was about to start a major plumbing job with all of these pipes. Well, you'd be wrong. Just a big heart attack.
What a fantastic big art attack. Hello. Yes, it's me again, the head. And that wonderful picture has inspired me to use some drinking straws and create a little big art attack of his steamboat. Hey, you want to see it? Quite good, don't you think? Even I get it right sometimes, yes.
Here's one for you. Where do birds come from? No, it's not a trick question. Where do birds come from? Eggs. And I'll prove it. Here's an egg. And just add a head. And a tail. And some legs with claws on. And a folded wing. A bill or a beak. An eye. And there's your bird. And that's a great tip to remember for drawing birds. Birds come from eggs. All birds. Any type of bird. So, okay, here's the egg. And this time, we're going to have a big bird of prey. So you've got a big long neck, like that. And they always have shaggy, feathery heads and necks, don't they? Big birds of prey. And don't forget, shaggy, feathery tail with a folded wing. And when I think of birds of prey, I always think of hooked bills for tearing meat. Look at that. The eye in there, an angry eye. And don't forget, nice big, shaggy, feathery legs. There you go. And those talons, lethal. Look at that. Again, all from an egg. In fact, if you put an egg on water, you get a duck. An egg with a long neck and legs is a wading bird. Even funny-looking birds like ostriches come from eggs. They're all shapes and sizes, but just remember they all come from eggs. Just add the other bits. Hey, and don't forget to open the wings when the bird is flying. So, there's the egg for the body, add the head, the tail, and this time the legs will be tucked under, and for the wings, start at the top of the body, curve it over, and make the feathers shorter as they get nearer the body. And the other wing is just tucked behind like that. And on a duck, egg for the body, short stubby tail, legs tucked under, long neck. And again, with the wings, start at the top of the body, fold them over, and the feathers get shorter as they get nearer the body. And tuck the other one behind. And when you get the hang of it, you can put your birds into all sorts of shapes and positions. Just start with the egg shape and add all the other bits. Try it yourself, sketch some birds, and remember, birds come from eggs. You would never imagine just how creative you can get with a load of old junk. Well, once you've watched this art attack, you'll never want to throw anything away again.
What a clever man he is. Now, I have said it before and I'll say it again, Joe is an expert. And I do not want to hear of anyone messing about with tools. Is that clear? And that wonderful robotic creation has inspired me to make an art attack of my own. Do you want to see it? An art attack of my own! Do you get it? My own!
Do you know what? Some people say to me, hey, Neil, you've been doing Art Attack for some time now. Do you still enjoy it? Well, of course I enjoy it. I mean, where else would I get to look at your artwork every week? It's all in the Art Attack gallery. Let's take a look at some of it. Ah, yes, here's a great jungle scene to kick off with. Anna's used chalk colours in vivid tropical colours to create a vivid tropical effect. I love the tiger too. And I reckon Daisy Bell had a ball here when she did this one. Look at this. Blocks of colours that she's blended very subtly into each other. Good effect, that. And Charlotte's had fun with her collage. Just check out the dog's head and bird on the shelves. She's created a really weird world, hasn't she? Spooky in a way. And Tanith's portrait is really different. She sketched it out on sugar paper first and then sort of printed all the colours in a spattery effect. Never seen anything like this one before, and I think it works really well. And I love Flynn's seascape of a boat bouncing around on the waves. I particularly like the bold use of paint on the sea. Very choppy. Yes, great watery image from Flynn there. Hey, have you ever looked at the patterns that you get on water in swimming pools? Well, here's a great Art Attack way of getting water pattern effects into your pictures, but with an extra twist. Take a piece of white paper and draw some wavy lines diagonally across the paper using a white wax crayon. Now, it doesn't matter that you can't actually see what you're drawing very clearly because it doesn't have to be neat. Then draw some more wavy lines in the opposite direction. And again, it doesn't matter that you can't see them because all will be revealed. Next, paint a wash of watery acrylic blue paint over the whole sheet. Now, metallic blue paint is very good as it's got a shiny, shimmery effect. And look what happens. The wax crayon starts to resist the paint and you get this watery pattern showing through. So just slop your paint all over and use a nice big brush for this and to make it quicker and easier. There we go. Good, eh? Now you need to wait for this to dry and then the good bit. Fancy a swim? When it's dry, you can turn your pattern into a swimming pool. So start by gluing on a white paper border to look like tiles around the edge of a pool. And just press it into place. Cut a small rectangle of card and put a dab of glue on one end and stick it to the white border so that it just sticks out over the edge of the pool, and bend it up slightly so it looks like a raised diving board. Then cut out a person in a diving position, just draw it first and cut it out, bend her at the waist and put on a dab of glue on the feet, and then just stick her or him into position on the edge of the diving board, like that. Then tear and crumble a white tissue paper splash shape and glue that to the surface of the pool, and just make sure the diver is still slightly bent, and glue the tip of the hands very carefully to your splash. Brilliant, isn't it? You get this really good 3D effect. Look at that. And I think that that simple pattern is a smashing way of getting watery effects. Hey, and how about creating a pool with several divers and swimming lanes? Look at that. They're about to start the race. Or what about a big pool of swimmers? Look at that lot. People in rubber rings, people floating on lilos, people on sun lounges around the edge of the pool. Fantastic. Create patterns of light on water. Try it yourself. Swimming pool pattern pictures. Hey, and don't forget, you can check out the website for fact sheets on this and all the other Art Attacks in the show. And I'll see you next time. I'm off for a swim. Ta-ra!